think that's probably over the top of it there. Here we go.
Hey guys, before I start the stream I have to do a little test flight, okay?
And g'day. Guys, just let me know whether you can hear everything okay. I had to reload all my OBS settings, and this is the first one I've done for quite a while, so just let me know if the mic's not too loud or too soft, and also background sounds. Hello, AppGeek 07, welcome to the stream. Just checking with you guys as to whether the sound is okay. Can you hear me? A new mic? No. Why do I sound better than before? Oh great, thanks for that, mate. So, well, let's get into it. Yeah, like I said, I haven't been able to stream for quite a while because of new computer, and then all sorts of dramas with X-Plane. My controllers wouldn't work, my foot pedals wouldn't work, and all sorts of problems. I think I've sorted it all out now, so fingers crossed. So back in the Mad Dog again, woof woof, and we're at Narita Airport. This is of course a fairly new download, freeware, and I thought I haven't actually flown a night flight in the Mad Dog for a long time, so this is going to be new. You can see there's the airport around there. The sun's going down. Time's about 6 o'clock. And we're going to be going down to Nagasaki. So the huntsman's spiders are a bit loud though. Okay, hang on. I'll see if I can adjust this a bit. You'll have to help me out here, guys. I just dropped it down a little bit there. Just tell me if that sounds a bit better. Although AvGeek says it's perfect, so you two guys can fight it out. Yeah, with this particular freeware, they even put the time up there in Zulu time in front of the aircraft. So before it gets too dark, I'm going to fire this thing up, because one thing about the Rotate Mad Dog, the panels are all very, very dark. And come night time, it's going to be even harder to see. In fact, I'm having trouble now. There we go, there's a battery. Okay, next thing we do is we go to the, over here, if I remember, over there, position lights on, we go up to here. Yeah, I can hardly see the damn things. That one on, that one on. I think maybe we might throw a little bit of light on it. Although with, I think we've got to have external power hooked up to get things working properly inside. Let's have a look. Request the GPU. Yep, that's what we need. And I'll get that out of the way and we'll pull this over here. And we'll do the same thing with the instrumentation. G'day Brian, how are you? Thanks for joining the stream. My persistence to the MD-80. Well, I don't have any Airbuses. The reason is, one of the reasons that I can't afford to buy every goddamn plane that you've got to get for X-plane. The other thing is, when I used to fly FSX for years, I used to fly the Aerobus. What is it? No, Aerobus. Oh, you know who I mean. Yeah, I used to fly that all the time, so I probably got a little bit sort of fed up with it. Okay, so we've got our seat belts and everything on. Got our GPU. Got our external power on left and right. Next thing we've got to do up here, get the start pump on. The APU start up. You know, it's not used to looking at this in the dark, but I don't remember where everything is. It's up here. Now that should start up. We should see something here. The APU. Yep. And while we're doing that, let's get our forward door open, our cargo door open. We don't need to open any other doors. The real she who must be obeyed might be watching. No, I've got the door closed. Hopefully I won't get interrupted. Simbrief will give me a few details here, so I'll whack those in. 24232. Our total payload is 27500, and we're going to put in our trip fuel, and that's 12861. Looking down here, landing weight, we don't have any problems with the aircraft being overweight when we land, plus the fact that the weight would drop off as we're flying along anyway. Alright, we can load the fuel straight away, load the cargo straight away. Passengers, why can't I load the passengers? That's a bit odd. Should be able to do that. Yeah, that's real odd. I had some trouble with this a couple of days ago. Same thing. Must have been some sort of a glitch in it. It would not load the cargo and the passengers. I had to restart it, but I'm not going to do that now. Too much mucking around. Okay, so that's out of the way now. We can now put on our APU power left and right. We put our fuel pump on here to feed the APU. Our start pump can come off now, and we can get rid of our external power and dismiss the old GPU. Okay, we've got to find out what the altimeter setting is now for this area. So I've got active sky up already, and Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha is Narita, and it looks like QNH. It's only 1013. Yeah, there you go. And we don't really have to touch this. And IRS to line up. Okay, now what I've got to do now is, while that's all happening, I've got to put in our FMS. Okay, the position is Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha. Oh, airport's not found. Well, that's lovely. Let's try it again. Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha. That's better. And we're going to Romeo Juliet FU. FU. Alright. Activate. And I've got a company route, care of Simbrief, so that's Romeo Juliet FU. And it's a Japanese airline. 44 will do. Okay, we'll activate that, perf in it. Now we'll see if things work out okay. What I might do, I've seen that the passenger wouldn't work. I might just go off what Simbrief's given me and enter it, just to be on the safe side. So we'll go with 0 fuel weight, and it was 106.0. Oh, so it didn't give me a oh yes, there it did give me a gross. Okay, alright, reserves are 3, cost index 30. Now it says 340, but if all my weights are out, it may not like that flight level, but we'll try it, see what it says. Oh yeah, he accepted. Okay, cruise wind 231 041. Outside, did I get the outside? No, I didn't. Okay, let me have a quick look. I think that I probably closed it down. Okay, let's make it, I'm going to just make up a figure here. -35 will do. 14,140,000 was transition height. Take off, outside temperature. Let's have a look. 28 degrees. Okay, so that's set. Here's our flex. I'm going to actually flex. And to do that, assume temperature, we're going to click that little fellow there. I'll take it up to say 45. And what we've also got to do is we've got to turn off the ART. Okay, back down here. Now we need our V-speed, so to get that, this is where I get them from. I've got a chart here that I've added into the Navi tab, and we've got 130 as gross weight. And I'm going to use takeoff flaps 11, so VR is 138, V2 143. So 138, 143. Takeoff 10, that gives us 128 for V1. Okay, we're aligned. No, we're not aligned yet. What's happened there? We should have been aligned by now. Woof woof, Captain Rico, thanks for joining the stream. I'll have to wait for that. While I'm waiting for that, let's go over here. Have a look at our airport. It's Romeo Juliet Alpha Alpha. And we'll go to here. Let's have a look at the airport first off. Quite a large airport, of course. Okay, there we are sitting here. According to SimBrief, it's a runway 16 right to take off. Now, because it's Japan and it's close to Tokyo, you've always got to bypass Tokyo City, CBD. They're pretty severe when if you overfly Tokyo. Noise abatement, all that sort of stuff. So I'll just go back down here again and see if we're aligned. Yep, we're now aligned, so I can execute that and we can look at our departure. Look at our legs first. It says SZZ or Sierra Zulu Echo is our first waypoint. So we'll keep that in mind. That's going to be to the south, of course, so because Nagasaki's to the south, so it'll be a southern departure. So let's over here and see what we can find out here. Not there, back here. Our departure. Yeah, but the SimBrief put Tetra as a departure. And if you see here runway 16 left or 16 right, that would be the way to go. Okay, so knowing Narita, this is where you'd be going. Here's our runway here. So we'd be departing this end, and normally what it does, they push you out over the ocean, come back in again to Tetra, and then it'll go down to Sierra Zulu Echo, which is where we want to go. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass that. I'm just going to go straight out and go straight down to SZE. And to do that, we've got to look at one of the others. Let's have a look. Departure again. It's departing here, and it was 16 right. Yeah, we might be stuck having to put the Tetra in, unless I can find another one that can bypass it. I don't think I'm going to be lucky. So I'll put Tetra in at this stage, and if I can do a direct down to Sierra, whatever it was. Let's have a look. Okay, so here we go. Next page. There's Tetra. So what we'll do is we'll take Sierra Zulu Echo and we'll overwrite Tetra with it. And then we'll have a look at our modes. That's our steps. I'll execute that though. There we go, let's have a look. It's taking us back over there. That's not good, is it? Let's go back. Okay, let's try this again. I might put that range out a bit. Don't know what it's doing here. Where are we going? Stuck? Okay, here we go. Try that again. Yeah, it looks like it wants to take us out and go over here, So again, I might just try and bypass that. So we can go Aspen. We might be able to go down there, so I'll just go back here. So there's Aspen there. So maybe we can go straight down from Aspen. I don't really want to go to Tetra. Well, let's see if we can do a bit of cheating here. Go back. Oh yeah, all these waypoints. Oh, we might even be able to use those. Let's try that again. What have we got? A 6A Phlox. See if we can find Phlox. Although that's going to take us all the way back here. So if we go from AR Alpha 6 Romeo 13 straight over to Sierra Zulu Echo. Let's try that. Alpha 6 Romeo 13. Alpha 6 Romeo 13. Can't find that one. Don't want to go to Phlox. I'm going to try from Aspen out. See what happens. Put that one there, go here and go there and enter that. Right, fingers crossed. Out to Aspen and down there. That's what I want. Okay, finally got that sorted out. Okay, we've got our IRS, our flex temperature in, all that's done. Our next thing we've got to do is get the aircraft ready. We need our HP bleed on. Our galley goes on. Our wind chill, anti-fog and anti-ice goes on. Our yaw damper, oh yeah, that can go over the cabin. Our yaw damper, make sure that's on. We'll put our logo light on. We'll put our radio rack venturi fan on. Now our cabin pressure is automatically set. I don't need to set the landing barometer yet. I've flicked the temperature select over the cabin, so that'll be okay. We've got to do one thing here, just a quick fuel check, fuel use check. That's that one there. We reset that. Now down to our hydraulic pumps. That's over here. They go to low. Transponder can go to standby mode. APU bleed can come on. We put one of these off. We now go and put our pneumatic cross valves on. And we can close our doors. Oh, I didn't know. That's why that damn thing wasn't open. God, I should get my glasses, new glasses. That's why it didn't. Anyway, I think we're going to be right. Okay, once the doors are closed, then the next thing we've got to do is make sure the throttle's all the way back. Our galley can now come off. We put all our fuel pumps on. We'll be using the centre tanks as well. So they're all on. HBB, both of those come off now. Hydraulic transfer pumps, they can come on. Position and strobe lights, they can come on. Anti-collision, this goes over to XPDR. Now up to the flight director. I'll lift that on a bit. Flight director can go on. We've got to set our maximum bank angle. I think that's over to 15, I hope. Hard to see there. I think I put it over to 10. Go back one. Not there, there. That's it. Okay, runway heading. Let's have a quick look. Runway heading is 157. And then we've got to get our departure altitude. I'm going to just put it up to 10. There's no ATC on, by the way. Okay, now our speed. $250. Now we've got to do what's called the fuel panel zero fuel weight adjustment. Sounds complicated, but it's not. Basically what we've got to do is come down here and we've got to pull this knob over and match up what our zero fuel weight is, and in this case is 106.0. Let it go, bang, back to our gross weight. Okay, so that's it. Now we can call for pushback. Getting dark. We're going to be going up to the end of that runway there. That should be runway 16 right. I've already got it set. How about that? That must have been from the last flight out of here. But that's okay.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, while that's happening, let's get our long trim set. Okay, so what do we got here? Center of gravity 3.4. Yeah, that's pretty high. Anyway, it is what it is. Don't normally get it that high. So 3.4. We're going to go flaps 11. I reckon that center of gravity's out because I didn't put the passengers in. Finicky, this thing, if you don't get it right. Okay, that's set. So it looks like we've got a long trim. Boy, oh boy, that's 0.1.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
I can't believe that. That doesn't sound right to me. It's 0.1. It's already there. I'll take it up anyway. What was it? Between 1 and 0. Can't even see the damn thing. That's not right. I think my centre of gravity's out to blazes. Oh, well, Betty will let me know if it is, unfortunately. I think I stuffed it up with that passenger. Actually, what I might... Yeah, it's probably a bit too late, isn't it?
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright, can't do much about it. Like I said, shield will bitch and scream. Okay, up we go. We've got to put this over to system, and we're going to let the brake go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, that's right engine started. I've got to wait for N2 to go up to 2. Okay, let's have a look. It's up 2021, so we can put that in. And we don't start the left engine until we hear the buses kick in from the engine generators. There they go, so we can start this one here. Coming up 19 up here, coming up 20, 21, we can introduce fuel here. You can see the buses should kick in. There they go, this goes off now. Get the engine start switches off. AP blue there can go off. These can come off. The galley can come on now. Ice protect meter for the captain. I need the hydraulic pumps to go up to full. To high.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
There we go. Yep, set the parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
They can go to auto. Speed brake. Got to get rid of these two.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
He didn't line me up too well there, look. Yeah, it wasn't good. Let's check our whoop, I think that came off then. Let's make sure these are working properly this time. And like I said, I had a lot of trouble. Can't see the pedals there, but this is working, so that Nose wheel steering should be alright. It's our weather on. Transponder can go to TARA, and we should be right to taxi. I bet I've got that weight all wrong. I won't even move. I'm having trouble again. Oh, damn it. Really messed up, isn't it? Yep. I thought I had this fixed, but there we go. Something's really going wrong with my setup. Oh boy, what can I do? Well, let's try this as a last resort. I don't know why it's doing this. This is all the way over. Oh, hang on. Calibrate. Okay, that's that one. Left toe brake, right toe brake. That's next. I have no idea what's going on. It won't even move. Look at that. Damn it. Oh, gee. How does one fix that? Loaded all the drivers, I've done everything, and it's still doing this. Not much I can do, is there? At least that's working. The whole brake thing's just all gone stupid. Thought I fixed it all. See what happens here. No, I just don't know whether it's a bug in the rotate or what. She don't want to move. Ta-da. Now it's going. Go figure. I'll just try the brakes to see what happens. Oh, now it works. She's going to be yelling at me all the way because of the I didn't load the passengers in. God. Oh dear. Now they're working. You go figure. Don't know why it's been doing that lately. Never had this problem before. Alright, while we're taxiing down there, we can hit the EPR button for our flex takeoff. Let's have a look down here, see what... yeah, why isn't that working? Here we go. It should be right. That's 40 out, let's go down lower. 5. So here we are, heading down to Alpha 1 holding point. EPR limiter should come on. Put the sound up a bit because last time I did a stream it was too low. So if the exterior noise is too loud, just let me know.
Approaching 1-6 right.
So our bugs are set down here, so we're pretty well ready to go. Come on Betty, let me know, I know it. Let's toga it.
On runway 16 right.
Okay, EPR should be up to about 1.4. There it is. Auto throttle. Yes. Airspeed is alive. She'll shut up when I lift off. It's 100 knots. And that's V1. Up we go. Oh, that centre of gravity was out for sure. Okay. Positive rate. Let's hope the gear goes up. I had trouble with that before. Nope, it's okay. Seems a bit on the slow side, but no, that's okay. Flaps up already. Yeah, that I had to really get that trim up there before because of the centre of gravity was out. We'll put on nav track, and we'll put on a pilot, and we'll put on our climb. Flaps all the way up. Anything to see outside? So we've got nav track, we're really climbing very fast. Might even try VNAV already, VNAV climb. Through the clouds. Let's see what FMC tells us. Aspen 250 up to 889. She'll probably speed up a bit. We're getting a bit of turbulence there. Okay, just looking at it, our FMS, our EPRs now, at our annunciator I mean. We've got VNAV climb, we've got nav track, we've got our set by the 10,000. And the FMS is controlling everything. EPR, what have we got? EPR limit 1.83 is the limit, and it's on 1.82. Let's have a look down here and see if there's anything on the weather radar. Can't see anything to worry about. Oh, some rain. Yep, okay. So we're going to be up to 340, so let's set our altitude. There we go. Looks like we're doing the turn there. Heading off to Sierra Zulu Echo. That's what we want. That's fair way. 121 nautical miles. Looks like we'll go up to Mach 0.75 straight up. So it's going to be a quick climb up. Coming up 10, over 10, we can turn those off. Auto brake selector can come off. And that ignition switch can go to, well, it should have been on. Should have had that off over to override, but it doesn't matter, it's too late now. That speed brake. Retracted. Now these little fellows come off now. But it's not a good view I've got there. That's better. One thing I should have done is put some floodlights on. Wing lights we'll put on. Okay, OBO, well, oh look, You can go down the rear stairs and I'll open up the rear door and you can hang your backside out over the stairs, okay? We don't have to change our barometer because remember it was already 1013 on the ground at Narita. Let's have a look at our map. We'll see where we are. Now I hope you guys can read Japanese because I can't. I can say good day. I think it's arigato, something like that. But all of this is in Japanese on the ground, so there you go. What's that? I can help you. Yeah. If I put this up here, and if I open the aft door here, that one there. I don't suppose it will though. You want me to try? Let's try. No, it won't. Otherwise, it would have dropped down, and you could have done your business there. Yeah, look at all these Japanese names. Would have been nice if they would have put the English translation underneath them, but anyway. Okay, what do we got here? Let's go to our airports. We can get rid of all of this now, because we're gone. Gone. And let's put in FU. Yes. Okay, have a look at the place. If you know your history, of course, Nagasaki was where the second atomic bomb was dropped. Pretty straightforward. It's only a very small airport. Nearly 10,000 feet there, so we should be pretty right. See, it looks like it's offshore on a little island. And let's have a look to see what the weather's like. I would like to land at 3-2 if I can, but I bet you it doesn't help me out. Let's have a look at the wind there. Yeah, 14. What's the wind though? 8 knots. What's it at? 140 degrees. 140 degrees. You know what? I might try a downwind. It's got an ILS approach. Don't really fancy doing an RNAV approach at night in this thing. It doesn't have an approach button, so yeah, I'm gonna chicken out. Let's see if I can use 32.32. Yes, so if we got 100 and what was it, 140? Yeah, that's this way. This right up the tail. Well, let's try it. So we've got a runway 32. We've got an ILS Zulu or a Yankee. Let's have a look and see what the Yankee does. Oh, it didn't even give us an arrival, did it? Oh, there we go. Should have looked at that first. Looks like it's a common arrival for everybody. Yes, so coming down from, what's that waypoint? Oggy. I think that's on our, our route. It is. Okay. So we'll be coming down to Oggy, and we'd be either doing the 14 or the 3-2. So the 3-2 will take us all the way down here for an ILS into there. Okay, that's good. And here's our approach. Looks alright. I got in 2,600. There's our home to our initial approach. And down the guide slope we go. Okie dokie dokie. Alright. Well, there's the Zulu. There's no transition, it just probably goes straight in from there. Let's have a look. Look at all the waypoints. Here we go. Ogie down to Fubki. Let's have a look over here, see if we can find that. There's Fubki there, okay. That's where we want to go. Let's have a look at our wow, there's a lot of waypoints. Look at them all. Holy cow. Looks like our top of descent there, is that it? Yep. I'll take this right down to 10. Top of descent. Oggy. Down to Fubko. And in. And there's all the missed approach, all the holding points. It looks like we're pretty right. Okay, go to legs here. Yeah, I'd say so, AVO. I think there's enough. Don't know why they have so many over Japan, but you know there's one a little bit further south on the way to Okinawa called Mad Dog, M-A-D-O-G. So we're pretty right. We're pretty right there now, I think. I'll just get this heading organised. What do we got? 258. Let's have a look and see how our centre tank's going. We've still got enough there. That's okay. And let's fill in some time. Let's have a look and see what our localizer is. 110.9, 110.9. And the course was 325, whoop, 325. $110.90. Okay, it's our frequency set. What can we do down here? We can't do our VRF yet until we're up to our cruising height, so I won't do that yet. So what do we got? Missed approach. Climb to 500 on a heading at 325, which is the course. Outbound via the OLE, the Oscar Lima Echo VOR. Coming up to our height now. To 3000, turn left direct to OLE VOR, which is here. Got to come back around on it. Looks like we've got to go into holding pattern there. Yep, thought so. Hold at 4000, but we won't do that. If we've got to go around, we'll go around. Let's have a look at our decision height. If we're doing an ILS straight in, the decision height is 215. Coming up to our cruising height. So decision height 215 on the Barrow. That's about there. So we're set. Looks like we're cruising height. And this fella here goes over to, we put that back up and go to cruise. And our transponder goes to normal. Well, that's below, that shows normal. That's it. Japan by night. Don't know whether I should put that Nav-8 on. There'll be so many of the damn things. Waypoint. Look at all the waypoints coming up. Whoa. If I go out, I bet it gets cluttered. Have a look at that. Jeez. Yeah, just complicates things. There's the data I can leave on. Okay, what have we got ahead of us here? Anything? Out to 20? I doubt it. Looks like it's pretty good weather at the moment. So we're at top of Klein at 2016. And I think that's the weather at ground level. Although, hang on. Expected winds 21236. 39.72 Celsius. Let's have a look. See if we need to put any outside temperature. Let's have a look. -26. Yeah, I'll play it safe. And our fuel situation. Center tank still got one there. I don't know why we've got so much juice on board for this. It's only a short trip. Let's have a look. 357 to top of descent. Flaps 28 I will use. So it's 133, add on 5. 138 brings it to what I like, put close to 140. Can you hear that already, can you? Pretty sensitive mic I've got here, Avio, I think. And no, I do the dishes quite a lot too, don't you worry. What are we at now? It's 270 degrees. It should line us up. And go out a bit further now. Yeah, have I got good scenery for Nagasaki? Tell you the truth, I can't remember. Actually, there was no freeware, but I'm pretty certain I've got an ortho tile there. But you're not going to see anything anyway. Pretty dark out there, alright, isn't it? It's not a long way to go. There really are heaps and heaps of airports to fly, to land, of depart in Japan. Heaps and heaps of them. I think Nagasaki's down here. I think that's it there. Because unless you can read Japanese, I think it's here. That one there, I think. You can see we're getting down there fairly quickly. So we came from up here. So we came from up here, so we're moving along quite well. So we should be able to see ourselves come in from up here. And we're at 314 to top of descent. We've got 430 to go. Yeah, look at all those waypoints coming up now. Actually, well, I think about it. I'm getting 37, close, getting up to 40 frames per second up there now with my new computer. And this is the 4.1, what is it? I haven't gone to beta for this as yet. I do have a second download with the beta on it, but and I do notice that it does move a lot. It gives me a lot better frame rates, but this is not bad for me now, considering that before I upgraded the CPU and some better memory, to be able to get 38, 39, close to 40 for me is pretty good. There's a 40 now. Before that I was scraping 20, which meant that it was pointless doing a flight with ATC and all of that going on. So now this is with OBS on. OBS is showing 30 frames per second, and looking at my YouTube studio, it's saying excellent connection. So the big improvement for me. It was very, very difficult to stream plus the fact that earlier on my internet provider was only giving me something like about 50 megabytes per second. Now it's it can get up to 100. Uploads have now gone from about 2 or 3 up to 5, so still pretty poor for the number one internet provider in Australia. We've got fibre all over the place, but for some reason we're getting these slow speeds. A bit of night lighting down there. Some city. There's our centre tank. Right, now we're down. We should be getting a message up here on the annunciator. Your damper is off, is it? Hang on. Right, went to override. That should disappear. And now all we have to do is turn these off here. Where are you? Come on. There we go. So what we can also do for the moment, just to keep ourselves busy, let's go to our briefing, to our to our map, and let's lock to the aircraft. Unlock the aircraft for the moment. Go all the way down to Nagasaki. So it's cloudy all the way, although not too bad here. Not too bad around Nagasaki. Okay, just have a look at this. We've got QNH 1008. And that's in inches 29.77. Okay, so lock it to the aircraft again. Go up to here. And we can set this ahead. 2977 is close to 298, so we'll leave it at that. And our elevation, I think, is going to be bugger all. Eight feet. Not a lot to worry about, is it? That, in other words, that's all the way to 0. So that sets us up for the landing. A bit of a stutter there. Oh, that's the other thing I should mention too, that on the beta, yep, no stutters. It's pretty good. Hey guys, I just noticed I'm getting an error message. YouTube's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. So all of a sudden, everything is working excellent before, and now it's playing up. I don't think there's much I can do, just hope it fixes itself. See, OBS is still showing 30 frames a second, so must be a thing with YouTube. Now it's gone back to excellent condition. Hopefully it was just a glitch with them. I hope you guys aren't falling asleep on me. I know something can wake you up. Just have a look at this. That'll keep you awake. Now, anytime I think you guys are falling asleep on me, I'm going to throw that up. According to my clock, it's 1:45 in the morning over in east coast of America. So OVO, what are you doing up at this time? Should be in bed. Here's a question for you. Who likes night flying? Yeah, actually, Captain K, I used to fly probably 60 or 70% of my tube liner flights at night back early when I come into X-Plane, but in FSX as well. I used to do a lot of it. Just got to like it, I suppose, you know. Just got to keep your eye on things, I think, a little bit more, particularly in your departures and your approaches. I don't know whether Avio remembers, but we had a group flight around Cape Verde Islands last year sometime, and I think I know that Spec Life was there as well, and we flew around some of the islands. One of them has a big volcano on it and we actually flew down into the crater and down. Well, later on I did the flight all over again, but I thought I'd do it at late in the afternoon with rain around and moving from one island to the other using either VOR or ADF, and it's very challenging, and I must admit you get a lot of pleasure out of it when you can find your way around in the dark, lousy weather, using VORs and NDBs. We were flying Cessnas. I don't know. Yeah, you do remember it, Avio. Yeah, that was fun. I've still got the ortho. I think I have for that area. It's something we should do again sometime. Oh, that's right. It was raining at the time too, so it was almost the worst possible weather, and pretty well late in the evening, getting into night time. In case you guys are wondering what that noise is, my wife likes coffee. She's got one of those grinding machines, you know. Me, I don't drink it. And while I think about it too, Avio, you remember we were supposed to be doing a group flight on Sri Lanka, and you gave me a link for a whole stack of ortho tiles. I think they were 16, weren't they? I went to all the trouble of downloading them, and then when my hard drive gave trouble, I lost it all. So you had a link to where I got them. There was quite a few, and I flew a couple of between a couple of airports just to try it out. So sometime or other you can, when you feel inclined, you want to do that group flight, let me know, and you might just have to give me the link again. So Captain K, yep, you remember the Panama one and the Grand Canyon and the Caribbean. Yeah. I'm thinking seriously of trying to get Dougal to we can set up another Grand Canyon one sometime. I think we're probably not going to be able to avoid ATC, but if we basically go about letting them know that we're going to be flying VFR and we don't want any group following, they could leave us alone. I think back then, I don't think too many of us were using really good quality ortho tiles, so it should look a lot better now. Caribbean was a good one as well. Yep, that's where XP he had a beautiful prang there. That's right. CJ came flying into St Bart's, and because he was using different scenery, the runway was to the left, because I know I was using the same scenery, and it put us down on the left hand side, and CJ come screaming in, had lost it. Caught fire. Yeah, we had a lot of fun there. I think group flights are a tremendous lot of fun. It's a shame there aren't a few more of them. Top of descent, 166, so we're finally getting down there. Like I said, it wasn't a really long flight. I think it was a bit over an hour. Just looking at all those waypoints in there, hiding in there as the top of descent, so I'll spread them out a bit. And if I go back over here again, just confirm our initial approach fix is at 2,600, intercept the glide slope. Now I'll check that weather again, because I might have to yeah, so Captain K, yep, when you finally, after all this damn time, finally get your PC, we'll expect you to join some. The one that we're going to be doing next month for the Simwings, it turned out to be a little bit harder than we anticipated. I originally sort of knocked that course up quite some time ago, and we had to do some adjustments. Initially it was going to be a flight from inland up through the mountains up to La Paz, and then we were going to switch aircraft over to a Cessna float plane and go landing on the Lake Titicaca. But when you look at it, there's really not much around there. There's virtually only one airport that's close to it. I think it's called Pinu. So I thought, well, let's maybe just take it on a little bit further and down to the coast. So Peely sort of put his ideas in as well, and that's how the speed test came into it. Because if you just take the course as it is from SL, whatever Q it is, inland to La Paz and then down to the coast, it's pretty well mainly dodging mountains, and we thought, well, that can get a little bit boring, so we threw in a speed test. And initially it was going to be from the departure airport to La Paz, but we thought that was a little bit too long, so it's sort of like stuck in the middle of the course. It's not obviously as long. So from there it's up to La Paz, and remember that's at 13,000 feet. So it's way up, and then from there it's pretty well just across open land, open ground over to this Panu, I think it's Panu if I can remember right, and back down to the coast, and then Peely just happened to find a volcano off to one side, which is, I believe, is still active. So we're just going to divert over to that volcano, and you've got to climb up and go over it, so you can see all the scenery, and then it'll be back on the original track and then down to the coast. So the speed test is going to be very telling. It's not easy at all. What was I going to do? Oh, I know. Let's just go to briefing. It's down the bottom. Well, it's now 8 knots. They're going to take into account 8 knots of breeze. What do we got first off? I'll just keep an eye on this. So 8 knots of breeze. I think I can do this. So technically that means if I take off 8 off 140 slow, I'll have to keep that in mind. That's a good waypoint, isn't it? Waypoint bingo. That's at 257. Oh, what am I doing? Wrong one. So I better put that back. It's this one over here. What did I say? 357, 257. Just get that bit there. We go. No. What's it doing? That's better. What I might do though is put the heading over now. That's probably going to be a tight turn. So I might see if I can... Oh, no, wrong one. Now I can't get at it. Come over to one side. Putting it over to 30 because I think it's going to be a tight turn at this one here. Oh, where are you? It could be a tight turn there. Probably not so much, but anyway. We should see it on here now, the top of descent, I hope. Yeah, there it is. Past all these bloody waypoints. Yeah. Well, at least I'm keeping the frame rates up there at 39, 38, 40, so that's good. Shouldn't give us too much problems. I think the weather is pretty good there. Let's have a double check on it. As we come down to, yeah, it's not too bad. A bit thick around here in places, but not too bad there. Again, the briefing is saying 140 at 8 knots, few at 6,000, scattered at, is that 20? Scattered at 2. Broken at 2,500. Outside temperature 26, 1008. Yeah, that should 600, that's right. Scattered at 2, broken at 2.5. Alright, gee, down to 600 feet. Ooh, that's going to be fun, isn't it? Yeah, 92 nautical miles, top of descent. Yeah, Captain K, it is, isn't it? Haven't run across any turbulence at this stage, but and again, I don't think there's going to be any turbulence on the way down, but again, we can have a look. Yeah, see, even light winds. Look at this, 3 degrees. I'm sorry, 3 knots at Ogie, whatever however you pronounce it, and that's at 11,800 feet. So doesn't look too bad. There's no signs of any gusting or what do you call it, wind shear. I hope SHRA doesn't mean wind shear. Actually, I've been thinking of that, Captain K. I don't want it to be just a short flight because, after all, it's, you know, the MD-11, if my memory serves me right, was had a fair range on it. I mean, they're flying them out of Europe down to South America with, is it Lufthansa's freight? What's that, DHL, is it? Yeah, so I was thinking if it's going to be in Australia, it would probably be like maybe from Melbourne up to Brisbane. I don't really want to bring it into Cairns because I'm not quite sure Cairns is, I don't think it's long enough, the strip, for an MD-11. I'd have to wait and see what all the statistics are, what do you call it, all the flight details, to see whether I can bring it in. Yeah, you need something with a bit of legs on it. I don't want long haul, maybe short haul. You could do a cross from Auckland over to Sydney. That'd be easy. You could probably do it from Brisbane up to Singapore. That'd be a fairly long flight. That's probably going to be about, 6 hours or so. But you can bet your life there's going to be a lot of VATSIM aircraft MD-11s flying around with FedEx. And I think, who was it, flight surgeon, he lives in was it Memphis? Is it Memphis where FedEx are based? So he's anticipating a lot of flights with the MD-11 FedEx in and out of there. I think it's was he at Memphis? Let's have a look. What have we got going? Nothing. I'll just bring that back a bit, and anticipation, and here we go for the 2600. I can put that in now. I shouldn't have to touch this. Yeah, that's for sure. I hope it turns out to be as good as everybody's anticipating. I mean, rotates seem to be pretty good with their aircraft. I mean, this one, for example, I mean, they did a good job on this. I don't think we're going to have to worry about Betty and this long trim business. That long trim lever that you see there, from what I saw of a real life flight deck, it still has that funny looking lever there, but I'm not quite sure. I couldn't see any settings over here on the left hand side for centre of gravity and flaps. I think they've modernised that, and the real life aircraft now have got the proper glass cockpit. Not that I have any problem with this. This is also a bit reminiscent of the IXCG, the 300, Boeing 300. I can live with it. It's not too bad. This aircraft's got a great little FMC. I mean, I've never had any problems with it at all. Only earlier when I messed up the passages, and I knew that was going to upset Betty, because the trim, there was no way in the world that trim was right. And then that problems with my brakes. I don't know why it does that. I've downloaded some Thrustmaster drivers and put them in, and then sort of recalibrated everything. It was just going crazy there. I'm not quite sure what the reason is. I'm sort of thinking that I might have to reload, explain this 11.4 one again. Maybe that's going to fix it, I don't know. So what did you think of the last, was it Flight Factor Airbus, the A350? Was it the 350 that everybody seems to be flying at the moment? Were you impressed with that? Yeah, we're getting close, I think. Not too far now. There's top of descent appearing now. It's about 40 nautical miles. And if this little bird behaves itself, it should automatically descend. Yeah, that wing flicks look a little bit overdone. I would find it a little bit hard coming to grips with the flight deck, you know, because it's typical, you know, with Airbus, you've virtually got to relearn everything again with the Mach 2. One thing I always found hard with the Mach 2 is with the FMC, sorry, the Mach 2, was scrolling up and down. You've got to go down instead of up. It took me a long time to get my thoughts around that. Plus this, with the throttle, I remember with the Aerosoft 320, you had to have your detents in your throttle, flex takeoff and all that sort of stuff. It was all sort of totally counter to what you're used to in a Boeing. I can bring my throttles back now. They're on auto throttle, so nothing will happen. Starry, starry night. Yeah, good weather for flying, isn't it? Yeah, Captain K, the closest I came to getting an Airbus for X-Plane, I nearly got the A320. I know the 319 is a great little aircraft, and I was thinking at the time you'd have to be flying it anywhere else except Australia, because Australia never ever got the 318 or the 319. They only had the 320, I think the 321. So there for a moment I was really tossing up if I wanted to go back over to Airbus again. It would either have to be a 320 or a 321, and then I had to toss up between was it TOLUS and flight factor. And then when you look at the price of the flight factor, you think, oh my gosh, do I really want to learn Airbus again? You mean you'd like to see me crash one? Yeah, like I said, when I was with FSX, I would have flown it for about 3 years maybe. Plus the PMDG NG, the 800, which was a good aircraft, I must admit. frightfully expensive. And I think, I think people are going to get a bit of a shock too with MS Flight Simmer, because I don't think PMG are going to be feeling generous and say, oh yeah, it's only going to cost $50. They're just a greedy mob, and my view is they were probably starting to lose sales off FSX and P3D, and it's no wonder they made a beeline to Microsoft when they got the word. Anyway, here we go. We should go down now. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. And there she goes. See, like I say, this FMC, it's damn good. It really seems to behave itself, not like the IXCG. It's a hit and miss with that aircraft. So until the fellow who's been doing all the programming, coding for it, it's bound to be fixed up pretty soon. Okie dokie, where are we at highs at? I don't think we're going to be showing up yet over here. Now we've got to set our mode over here. The EPR mode's got to go over to climb, which is crazy of course because we're descending, but that's what they want. Now let's get our people. Did I turn off that seat belt? I don't think I did. Hit that one accidentally. See that? That's on now. Seat belts are down here. That's better. Can't even see the button, the switch there. And down we go. Seeing some lights in front there. Yeah, I listened to it too, Captain K. He's a very knowledgeable guy, wasn't he? I mean, involved with NASA and involved with the International Space Station and stuff like that. I remember quite some time ago in the forums he mentioned the fact that he'd been pretty well busy for quite a long time, obviously with NASA, and then he said that he was going to be coming up on some time off, and he said that's when he was going to get back into it to fix up all the problems. And I thought, oh yeah, it'll happen when it happens, and he finally did, and from what I understand now he's almost like on a full-time basis on it, or maybe not quite, but a lot more time on it, and you can see that by the fact that he's giving these interviews, and is it Jan Vogel, I think his name is the pilot who does all the announcements and all the testing for him, and he's been quite active on the forums as well, and dropped a few YouTube videos in to let everybody know, so it's good to see it's a lot more active now. I rather like it. I think it's a great aircraft. It flies well. Like I said earlier, it's very similar to this set up as far as, you know, the FIs and all the instrumentation around here is concerned. It's pretty good. And down we go. Yeah, we've got another, I've still got a way to go to 11, what's that, 5, is it 16, 36, about 40 nautical miles to go before we hit Ogie. And we'll then start to show up here. Yeah, I'd see that. Yeah, you're dead right. That well, everybody seems to like that flyby sound. It's just so authentic. That yeah, by switching over to F-mod, I remember they said they wouldn't guarantee that the sounds were going to be better than what they've got already. So I've sort of dabbled around into the some of the F-mod programming, and back when everybody was just doing wave sounds, you could jump in and grab a file and you could adjust it, make it louder and all that. But one thing I noticed about F-mod, it's not that easy. You can't just go in and grab one of their bank files and go in there and edit it. They have a security coding built into them, so you can't change the sound or delete a file. I forget the other file that goes with it, but you can open it in Notepad and you can see the line that might say sync rate, you know, all that. And if you try and remove that particular line, the aircraft just won't load, so you can't fiddle around with it. But it's the way they've all gone now. All the developers use F-mod, so it just remains to be seen how it turns out. It would be disappointing if some of the sounds were lost, but so we go to Ogie. We've got 214 on the heading. Now we should start to be showing up here soon. Man, pretty soon. It's going to be soon. How's our speed? They're still going to be keeping it 270 until we get to Fubki. Our transition height's 14,000, so we'll have 1008 for our QNH. Yeah, I think they will. I think they've probably felt a little bit guilty that they let it go so long. And you know, after all, the doors don't open. You know, things like that, which is almost like a given in aircraft now. Should be able to open the doors so that the ground stuff can come over and load your bags and things like that. Yeah, I think, as I said, I think they may have been feeling a little bit guilty about not updating it. What I was a bit concerned about was that they were going to start charging for any updates. But from what I gather, no, they're not. Gee, look at the frame rates there, nearly bounced up to 50 there before. I can't complain about that. I think we should be showing up. Oh no, not yet. Where are you? There we are, coming in up the top there. So we know we're on track. So there's our 14 coming up, so we've got 1008. And we don't need to set it on our backup, and we don't need to set it on our first officers. We should now see a drop off in speed in a minute, although it'll take its time to come to 240. Down here, it'll be a while. Can always help it along. Black out there, look. I think she's slowing down now to 240. She's coming down now, lovely. I just might set the heading to our runway heading, which is 325, is it? Yep. Just in case. Don't feel like going around the dark tonight, so let's get this landing off pat. Speed's coming down. 240 down to 229 at Chara. Ah, that's when we do our turn, eh? Let's have a look. Oh, he's a little bit off there. So where's Chara? Huh? I'm not picking up Chara. There's Obama there. How about that? Well, they've even named a waypoint after the president. I wouldn't mind betting we're in for a tight turn. We shouldn't be going to Chara, should we? That puts us right smack. I don't like that. Oh, we shouldn't be going there. Not at all. Oh, I messed that up, didn't I? Okay, let's see. We might be able to put a waypoint in here. Okay, let's go Tara. So we can put in Tara, eh? T-A-R-A-H. Then we go Chara maybe. Let's execute that. Did I mess that up? What else can we do? Let's have a look. We've got Tara. We can put Obama in. What was that? Tara. Obama, eh? I'm hoping this is going to work. Somehow I don't think it is. Let's get some slow down on this. Whoa. I've lost the plot on this one, I think. Damn. Don't know why it worked out that way, but let's have another look. It's going to be all over the place. I might get lucky. And again, I mightn't. Did I mess that bloody star up, didn't I? Where are we? Are we going to be going to Obama? Let's say we go there direct and see what happens. We're turning there. As long as we get down to our approach, oh there we go, through the clouds. Let's see how we go. I've got the flaps out. No, not flaps, sorry. We've got our speed brakes all the way down. Hey Greg Hill, thanks for joining the stream, and Shaquille Oatmeal as well. You've come just in time to see a messed up approach, so I'm not quite sure what it's going to do, but looks like it's going to throw me around a bit of a circle, huh? This is going to be interesting. Let's get this organised up here. That one's always hard to get on, that one. Oh, we're getting close to initial approach fix, so initial approach altitude. Fingers crossed. Greg, that's Japan Airline JAL. And hello Lucas, thanks for joining the stream. It's you come at the right time for a bit of exciting entertainment. I don't know what's going to happen here, so well, we're at our approach altitude, so where's it going to go from here? We don't have our nav track on, do we? Yes, we do. It's still on, but where's it going to go? Looks like it's got a mind of its own, doesn't it? Well, it's going down here, heading off into the South Pacific. That's weird. Can I go to Fubki? Do I have Fubki? No, I don't. Do I have Chara? Let's say I put in Fubki. That's F-U-B-K-I, is that it? Fubki? Now what's it going to do? I think it's lost its little old way. It's still showing nav. Where are we? Not turning around, are we? Ah, 300. We try the go for the heading, eh? Come on, come around, come around. Are we going to go around? Yes, we are. Should have been able to go directly to Fubki then. I didn't want to do it. Are we on heading? Heading select. Yeah, it's sending us off down the road. I don't know why. Can't get to do the heading. Heading select is on. Try that off. No, it isn't. Vision at you got the star incorrect, and it's doing a turn now. Might come back around. This is about the only thing I got to see where it's heading. Well, let's just let it come right around. Hopefully it comes around to 322.322. Is it coming around? Very slowly. No, it doesn't want to move. Oh, here we go. Coming around. Might go over to well, we've got FMS override on it anyway, so let's just come down with the speed a bit. What altitude am I at? Really groping in the dark, aren't we? It's still coming around. Got to drop the speed down to 224. Might even come down a bit more, say to about 210. Be nice if I can line up, won't it? Very slow on the turn. So we should be 325 on the heading, because that's a course into the runway, but we could be off, well off. Oh dear, oh dear. Where are you? So if we could get over to Fubki, we'd be right, wouldn't we? Well, let's see whether we can do that. So we've got that in the FMC. Let's see if we can do that with nav track. Oh, there we go. Am I going to get lucky? Now if we could line up with this, might be able to get the localizer. It is one time I wish I did have ATC. Okay, speed, how far from Fubki into the runways? 10, so let's get our speed right down to, I'm doing an FMS override, so we'll get our throttle speed down to about 195. And we can come down more on the flaps. We've got plenty of leeway with the flaps on this bird, as you can see here. You can throw your gear down at 300, you can have your slats mid full at 240, flaps down at 280, so we're picking up the localizer, I think. Now of course we don't use the speed brakes anymore once we drop flaps. You don't do that in this aircraft. We're even picking up the ILS. So what I might do is I might even come down, make sure we don't come in too fast. Down to 185. I hope she's got her dancing shoes on too, because I've been lucky that I've been able to get this far with it. I really messed up that star. Let's have a look now, the 5 nautical mile. Now hopefully when we get to Fubki? God, I love these names. We should be able to get the localizer. It should swing over. And that little rectangle there for the ILS hopefully will come down. What am I doing? About 185, that's good. What am I on flaps? Flaps 11, that's not bad. Oh. Come on baby, behave yourself. Now the runway should be over there. There it is. Fingers crossed. We should see this little fella come across, and hopefully that'll come down pretty quickly. What we're supposed to be at Fubki at? Yep, 2,500, so should be slightly under the glide slope. Now I'll flick on the ILS now, the VOR, and see whether it picks it up. Round you come. And the ILS is coming down too, so we should be able to grab that in a minute. There she comes. Okay, we'll whack on the ILS about there, just about there. Now we'll see if it captures it. Fingers crossed. Localizer shot over to that side because we're gone over to the right hand side. Am I going to get the localizer? The ILS? I don't think so. I think I've lost it. Didn't pick it up. We're too high. Yep, come around enough. Okay, let's get our speed right down. We'll take it down to the 140 on the auto throttle. Yep, we've lost it. Okay. My aircraft. I don't know whether I'm gonna make it. What a shame. I might be too high, eh? Auto brake could come on. I didn't because I haven't got them all the way down. I think I'm going to be too high. Far too high. Don't know why it's this high, but
Stabilizer motion.
1,000.
Whoa.
Approaching 3, 2.
500. 400.
Okay.
300.
Yeah, all right, all right.
200. 200.
Come on, girl.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Long landing, 7,000 feet remaining. 5,000 remaining. 4,000 remaining. 3,000 remaining. 2,000 remaining.
Come on, pull up.
1,000 remaining.
Oh, that was lucky. Here's those brakes again. They won't let go. I really got a problem with that. Don't know why it's doing that. I'll turn that off and see if that helps, but not quite sure what's going on with this thing. See that? Stuck. Oh, there we go. Finally. Too high or too low, yeah. Look at this. Look, damn things. Nothing's working with my. Nothing's working with my pedals again. Don't know what's going on. What I might do very quickly. I don't know why it's doing this. It's got me beat. Let's go over to the rudder and let's go to the stick. Where are we? 2, 1. What's it got roll on there for? Twist, here we go. Twist will be yaw. I'll see whether this will work for me. No, they've packed it in on me, I'm afraid, guys. Oh, what a mess. I got some major dramas with this. I don't know why it's doing this. They're not even working on this now. Try this. Yeah, it's working there. That's a twist on the joystick. But it's not working on the steering. Okay, I'm not going to give up just yet, so let's just make the yaw none. And let's let's go back to my stick. Calibrate. No, got to go back to the T rudder. There's the yaw there, but let's calibrate it again. Okay, left brake, right brake, feet off, next, finish, done.
On runway 32. On runway 32.
Now there, you can see here it's working on the wheel, on the steering, so theoretically it should work. No, she's broken. Unfortunately, that's it, guys. I'm probably going to have to finish it there because I'm really having dramas with my Thrustmaster pedals, and I don't know why. I'll have to fix it all up. So that's about it, I'd say. And thanks to everybody for joining the stream. I'll rattle through the names. Vixion, I hope that's how you pronounce it. Captain Reynolds, Captain K, of course. Have Geek 07. Who have we got? Brian Harris, Captain Rico, Avio, Captain Reynolds. Down the list we go.
On runway 32. On runway 32.
Okay, you don't need to tell me, I know that. Who else have we got here? Greg Hill, Lucas Casa. Thanks guys for coming in, a bit late, but sorry for the mess up here with the Shaquille Oatmeal, how are you? And that's it. And thanks again guys. Well, hopefully I can sort out this goddamn problem. I don't know why it just suddenly decided to play up on me, but I'll fix it and be back again with another flight. So until then, see ya.